Yeah, it's Otto here. Hell of a Peyton Manning, Tom Brady final matchup. Maybe it is. Yesterday, that was a hell of a game. One-sided Panthers dominance over the Cardinals. But let's talk about what I know a lot of you care about, the betting line. So Carolina opened at minus 5.5 in Vegas last night, but now it's down to 4. I guess that means the Broncos are a more popular team. We know that. And I guess Manning has a stronger lifetime body of work, but dude, he's 39. Cam Newton, whether you like him or not, whether the Superman thing gets on your nerves, he's the MVP. He deserves it. Let me just read you a little bit from the Las Vegas Sun. Blah, blah, blah. They're back in the Super Bowl. That's big business for Nevada sportsbooks. Actually, it would have been better if the Patriots were in it. I think they are the second most popular team in the country after the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've talked to some bookies when I'm there. You got to like that the line was already up at 5.5 at the Westgate for the Las Vegas Superbook when the game was still going on, but obviously it was very one-sided. Carolina wasn't going to lose that late in the fourth quarter. The over-under points total is 44-40. Too much partying last night watching this. 44.5. The article talks about history repeating itself. Books will be flooded with customers to wager on Manning. Well, I don't know. Manning's probably less of a big deal for an AFC championship than the Patriots or Steelers are in between them, and they're usually the team in it, except for occasionally the Ravens, I guess. It's down to -4, Carolina -4 most places. Keep in mind that Manning and the Broncos were in it 2 years ago. They were 2.5 favorites against the Seahawks, and we know what happened there. They lost 43-8. Some statistics to keep in mind. 2 years ago, gamblers wagered a state record $119.4 million, and books made an unprecedented $19.7 million. This is from the Las Vegas Sun article. Last year, the books only profited $3.26 million. Well, I guess that's because Seattle is less popular than Denver and New England, and they had $116 million in bets when the Patriots beat the Seahawks. Because the Seahawks didn't win. Or did they cover? I don't remember. I think it was even last year now. Patriots covered. I never got why the Patriots were such a surprise. They did win the division the last 2 years. They had injuries, but they were 65-1 at one point before the season started. I remember thinking that in Vegas. Those odds are too high. That was when they lost top receiver Kelvin Benjamin. They had started at 40-1, but man, I wish I had more money. I might have put some on there. Let me just read you a few things from an article in today's USA Today for the win, which is just as interesting. A few points by Chris Chase, who's a good writer. 1, the outright favorite has only won 2 of the last 8 Super Bowls straight up. 2, the favorite has covered in just 1 of the last 8 Super Bowls. I forget which one that is. 3, it's been small spreads in recent Super Bowls. Every one since 2009 has been 4.5 or less. But in the late 80s, that spread was a touchdown or more 12 straight times. That was when the NFC was dominating. 12 years ago, Carolina was a 7-point dog to the Patriots. They, of course, covered because, like most of the Super Bowls the Patriots were in, it was decided by a field goal, or recent under Brady. 5 over-unders, 45.5, and the Panthers scored more than that just themselves in the NFC Championship. Let me just close this out because he did such a good job writing it. 6, Denver will make its record-tying 8th Super Bowl appearance. Well, that was kind of lost to me, I guess, because they lost so many of them. With Pittsburgh, Dallas, and New England, but they're only 2 and 5 overall. They were favorites in 3 of the 7. Man, in the 80s, they were just getting in because there was no one else who was that good in the AFC. Miami faltered a few times, but I think that was after they were really good. And they got their asses kicked, 43-8 to Seattle in Super Bowl 48 and 42-10. That was the Timmy Smith, Doug Williams one in Super Bowl 22. And their wins, they were 11-point underdogs to Green Bay. That was after the NFC's long period of dominance that ended it. 7.5-point favorites over Atlanta in 98. That Super Bowl sucked. It was boring, even though Atlanta was 14-2. Finally, the Panthers entered the season, as I mentioned before, as 60-1 long shots to win the Super Bowl. This is Otto. Enjoy the game.